Alright guys, welcome to the Chevy Express Overland van build. Hey, this one is dedicated to stubborn U-bolts. If you're trying to remove those U-bolts in your suspension, this video may show you how to do it. Let's get started. So amongst some things we're looking at, one of the things I checked over were sort of the U-bolts, things like that, just to kind of check over everything that might be loose. And if you take a look at this, those are not supposed to be loose. And actually go right back here, and these bolts always get seized. You can see how they get rusted. Actually tried heating them up, tried putting some of that penetrated oil on it, and nothing's gonna get them loose. So normally what you do is just cut these off. So you got a couple of choices, one to use the Sawzall, one to use the cutoff wheel. We're gonna try the cutoff wheel first, and then Sawzall second if we can't. Now the nice thing is, I went to Summit Racing and got myself another set of U-bolts, the right size, and they came with new nuts, washers, and all that. This is not sponsored by not sponsored by Summit Racing, but I will tell you what, when I order for Summit Racing, I either get it the next day or like 1 to 2 days. I actually ordered these headlights, replacement headlights, which are available pretty much in stock everywhere. I just didn't want them yellowed like that, and those are going to take 2 weeks. I'll be in Alaska in 2 weeks, so hopefully they stay on the porch for a while. Anyway, so let's get this started. We'll get the chock the front wheels, lift up the back of the van, take the tire off one at a time, and we'll cut the U-bolts off and replace them one at a time as well. Alright guys, let's get this started. Hey, safety first. Got those gloves on. I better go get some safety glasses. Oh, there we go. Alright, now let's get that impact wrench, pull that wheel off. Pretty good sized tire there, so get that baby off of there. I'm going to try pulling these off with a grinder. So I've got a small 3-inch grinder. That worked okay, but I couldn't get all the way through because I just couldn't fit it in there, so I used the Sawzall for a little bit. I realized with that 24-inch breaker bar, all I needed to do is cut about halfway through, use the 24-inch breaker bar, pull them off, put the new U-bolts on, paint everything up with a little bit of that rubber undercarriage coating, make it all look nice, and get rid of any kind of rust there. Alright guys, after all that, the best thing to do when replacing your U-bolts, let's just take a look here. We've got new U-bolts in there, and they went on pretty well. Actually, to get the old stubborn U-bolts off, what I did is used, in the end, I mean, you saw me using the using a grinder. Then I went back because I couldn't get all the way through with the grinder, and so I got the Sawzall out to cut them with the Sawzall. Cut the first one off with the Sawzall. It really goes through the blades really fast. So I realized really all you have to do is cut about halfway through with your grinder. This one is a, what is it? It is a Central Dynamics air grinder. Grind about halfway through, takes a couple of seconds, and then use a 24-inch breaker bar and just twisted them, and they just break right off. So that's the way I did it with the rest of them. Just cut about halfway through from the back side, twist it with a breaker bar, pulled them off, replaced one at a time, and of course used blocks on the front wheel, used blocks on the rear wheel, the opposite rear wheel, so that the van won't move, and I'm replacing one at a time, so it's pretty safe. You can pull the whole thing off. On this side, actually, I pulled the whole thing off, repainted the brackets, and then put them back on. On the other side, I just figured I'd go a little safer and just replaced one at a time, and then just repainted the brackets and everything on the truck. But new U-bolts on, and we'll drive it around, and then we'll retighten them just to make sure they're torqued to spec. All set.